Chapter 2, Broken Halo. Darkness isn't the absence of light. It's the presence of something else. The service tunnel swallowed me whole. The emergency strips that had been humming a second ago were dead now, like the city had pinched their throats. My boots scraped concrete. My breath sounded too loud. Every inhale felt like a confession. The shard in my hand pulsed once, slow, deliberate, like a heartbeat that didn't belong to me. Somewhere ahead, something shifted. Not a rat, not pipes settling. This had weight, intention, the kind of movement that makes your skin tighten before your brain can name why. I held my pistol up anyway. Old reflex. Point the problem at metal and pretend you're in control. The whisper came back, but it wasn't a whisper now. It was pressure behind my eyes, patterns pressing into thought, like fingerprints on wet glass. The shard warmed. The concrete walls around me answered. Hairline cracks, ancient fractures, caught a faint glow, lines running along the tunnel like veins. For a heartbeat, the place wasn't a tunnel. It was a circuit. I could feel it, the city's nervous system under the skin. And then something breathed, right above me. I froze. The pistol tracked up. Nothing. Just black. But the air felt wrong. Thicker. Like someone had poured oil into it. My comm buzzed again. No sender. You can't outrun what lives in the walls. I swallowed. My throat was sandpaper. Yeah, I muttered to the dark. Watch me. The shard pulsed twice, faster. The glow on the cracks brightened, then faded. Behind me, the concrete scraped. I turned. Nothing. But the feeling stayed, like eyes pressed against the back of my skull. A click sounded off to my left. Not a drone, not a weapon. A lighter. The flame bloomed, small and defiant. Warm orange cut through the black and painted a face out of shadows. A woman stood there like she'd been waiting for me. Not in the tunnel, in control of it. She wore a dark coat that caught the rain smell like it belonged to her. Hair fell in wet strands. Her posture was casual, but not relaxed, more like a cat pretending it wasn't watching you. A broken halo tattooed around one eye caught the lighter's glow. The circle fractured like something holy had shattered and been worn anyway. Halo Nyx. I didn't know her name yet, but I knew her type the moment I saw her. The kind of trouble that doesn't knock. It just opens the door and steps in. My pistol stayed up. She didn't flinch. "Turn that down," she said, voice low, smooth, like smoke. "It's not scared of bullets." "You know what it is?" I asked. "I know what it isn't." The lighter clicked shut. Darkness rushed in again, but her confidence stayed like a scent. "It isn't human, and it isn't alone." "You're awfully calm," I said, a pause. "Then, you're breathing like prey." I hated that she was right. "You following me?" I asked. She laughed once, quiet, sharp, no warmth. "Don't flatter yourself. I didn't save you. I invested." "Invested in what?" "In you staying alive long enough to be useful." Her tone didn't change. It didn't need to. That's how you know someone's dangerous, when they don't bother dressing their intentions up. I shifted my stance. Pain flared in my shoulder. The bullet graze from earlier had gone from hot to angry. Halo's gaze tracked it. She saw everything. People like her always do. "The shard," she said. My grip tightened. "No," I said. "I'm not asking." She stepped closer, just a pace, close enough that I could smell rain and something metallic, ozone, like the air right before lightning. "You don't know what you're holding." "I know it opens doors," I said. "And closes graves," she replied. That landed wrong. "You've seen it before," I said. Halo didn't answer immediately. Silence is a weapon too. She used it like she'd trained. "I've seen what happens to people who touch it barehanded," she said finally. "So yes, I've seen it. I glanced at my left hand. The shard sat against my palm like a coal that refused to cool. What happens? I asked. Halo's voice softened, not kinder, just quieter. They get noticed. The cracks in the wall lit again, faint and sickly. The thing above us shifted. Halo put her hand on my wrist, fast, confident. The contact wasn't gentle, it was control. And for a second, something in me unclenched anyway. Soft embrace, sharp knife. I saw it, felt it. "Move," she said. We walked, not running. Running makes noise, and noise make you a story. Halo led like she already knew where the tunnel ended, like she'd walked these arteries of Eidolon City before the towers had names. "Why help me?" I asked. "You're still asking the wrong question," she said. "What's the right one? Why did it pick you?" I stopped. Halo stopped too, then looked back. In the darkness, her broken halo tattoo made her eye look like a saint that had been dragged through the gutter and kept preaching. "It didn't," I said. "I've never seen this thing before tonight." Halo stared at me like I'd just told her the sky was green. "That's not what I mean," she said. A sound echoed through the tunnel behind us, a scraping like nails down wet stone. Halo's eyes flicked to it. Calm cracked for half a second. Fear. Not for herself, for what was coming. "Keep moving," she said. We reached a sealed maintenance door, old industrial steel, marked with warning glyphs and faded corporate logos that didn't belong to Vantacore. The door looked older than the tower above it, like Eidolon City had built itself over something and tried to forget. Halo didn't touch it. She nodded at the shard. "Do it." "I don't even know what I did," I said. "You spoke," she said. The shard answered. The city listened. "Now speak again." The whisper returned, stronger, like someone behind me putting their mouth to my ear. A pattern pushed into my mind, clean and cold. My lips moved before my brain signed off. A sound left my throat that didn't belong to any language I'd learned on the street. The shard flared. The door clicked. Halo exhaled like she'd been holding her breath for years. "Welcome to the neon spine," she murmured. "The neon spine," I said. She pushed the door open just enough to slip through. "That's what people who live below call it. The city's bones, the place where the cameras don't prey." We passed into a corridor lit by a single strip of pale light. The air smelled cleaner here, but not safer. Clean, like a scalpel. Above, faintly, I heard sound, muffled hymns like a choir trying to punch through concrete. Halo saw my expression. "Church," she said. "St. Luke's Cathedral is a few blocks above. Neon halos, confession booths, data sacraments. People still want someone to forgive them. Vantacore just figured out how to monetize it." "You sound like you hate them," I said. Halo's mouth twitched. It wasn't a smile, it was the memory of one. "I don't hate Vantacore," she said. "I hate her." "The voice?" I asked. Halo's steps didn't slow. "She's not fully human. She speaks like calm water right before it drowns you." "Who is she?" I asked. Halo looked back over her shoulder. In that moment, the corridor light caught her broken halo tattoo and turned it into a warning sign. "My revenge," she said. A new buzz on my comm. "Flagged. Anomaly detected. Severity, level 3. Response, active." Halo leaned in, eyes scanning the screen. "Level 3 already," she murmured. "You're special." "I didn't do anything," I said. Halo gave me a look that could cut glass. "You breathed. That's enough." We moved faster now. The corridor bent and widened into a maintenance junction. Old pipes, rusted panels, symbols scratched into the concrete that matched the shard's runes in a way that made my teeth feel wrong. Halo stopped. "This is where we talk," she said. Talk about what? I asked. Rules. She leaned back against the wall like she wasn't standing in the city's belly with something hunting us. You're holding executable reality. I stared at her. She shrugged. Runes aren't art. They're commands. You speak them, the city obeys, if it likes you. And if it doesn't? I asked. Halo's gaze lifted to the ceiling. A faint scrape echoed above us, closer now. Then you disappear, she said. Same as everyone else who gets flagged. I felt the bullet wound throb. The shard throbbed with it. Why me? I asked quietly. Not because I wanted sympathy, because I wanted the truth. Halo stepped closer. She didn't touch me this time, but her presence did something all the same, like warmth in a place that didn't deserve it. Because you shouldn't exist, she said. My jaw tightened. That's cute, I said. Try again. Halo's eyes flicked, tiny glitch, like her vision skipped a frame. She blinked hard. I saw it. She saw me seeing it. Her voice sharpened. Don't. You're Mark II, I said. I said don't. The softness was gone. Knife out. You want to keep breathing? You don't ask questions you aren't ready to answer. Before I could reply, the junction lights flickered. Once. Twice. Then held. Halo's head snapped toward the far end of the corridor. Footsteps. Human footsteps. Fast. Controlled. Someone running like they knew this place. My pistol came up. Halo didn't stop me. She watched, calm again, like she'd expected it. A figure burst into the junction. Male, coat ripped, face bruised like he'd argued with a wall and lost. He froze when he saw my gun. Hands up. Silas, he said. The name hit me like a punch. Not from a stranger, from a memory. My chest tightened. My shoulder pain vanished under something older and sharper. I knew that voice. Kade Hollow. The last time I'd heard it, we were kids. Wet alley, sirens. My father's rage echoing through a cheap apartment wall like a drumbeat. Kade had promised. No. Kade had sworn. Halo stepped sideways, watching us like she was reading the way we breathed. Lower it, she murmured. Not to me. To him. Kade swallowed hard. I'm not here to fight, he said. I laughed once. It sounded ugly. You're late. I know, Kade said. His eyes were bloodshot. Not drunk. Exhausted. Terrified. I didn't come to explain. I came to fix it. What you did isn't fixable, I said. Kade flinched like the words were physical. I know, he whispered. But I can tell you the truth. Halo's gaze snapped to him. You know him. Kade nodded, without taking his eyes off me. I grew up with him. I didn't look at Halo. I didn't need to. I could feel the questions coming off her like heat. Kade took a breath. Silas, he said, voice shaking just enough to be real. They didn't flag you because you broke a rule. My stomach turned. They flagged you because you didn't match, he continued. You were an anomaly before you ever touched that shard. Halo's eyes narrowed. What does that mean? Kade looked at her like he couldn't decide if she was a threat or salvation. Then he looked back at me. It means, he said, that somewhere in Vantacore records, you were already dead. Silence fell heavy. Even the thing in the walls seemed to listen. My fingers tightened around the shard until it hurt. Halo's voice came out like a whisper that didn't want to be heard. Level 3 makes sense, she murmured. He's not just flagged, he's... The corridor lights died. Not flickered, died. Blackness swallowed the junction, and in the dark, something moved above us with the confidence of a predator that had finally found its scent. Halo's voice cut through the black, low and urgent. "Don't look up," she said. Of course I did. And what I saw wasn't a body. It was a shadow shaped like hunger. It stretched across the ceiling, rune lines faintly glowing inside it like veins of light. The shard in my hand pulsed hard, 3 beats, fast, like panic. Kade's voice shook. "It's here," he breathed. Halo grabbed my wrist, not gentle, not soft. Control. "Run," she said. Then quieter, only for me. "And don't you dare die before we kill her."